What's going on, guys? This is Trqzhhh, and today I'm bringing you a very interesting video. Well, at least I think it's very interesting. It is the new trailer that's just been released for Call of Duty Ghosts, which comes out in November. It is a trailer about graphics more than anything, and just a bit of gameplay features as well. But it's more graphics. It's very interesting. I'll explain it a bit at the end because it's quite hard to understand. So I'll just do a brief summary at the end, so stick around for that. Hope you enjoy it. I'll speak to you in a bit.
All of the tech and visuals you're about to see are running real time in one of the levels of Call of Duty Ghosts. Our new engine creates a huge leap in visual fidelity and graphical immersion for Call of Duty. To highlight this leap forward, let's take a look at a couple of these new features in-game. Let's start with a look at one of our new advanced tessellation features called displacement mapping. This feature allows our engine to create high-res geometry in real time on terrain surfaces that were in the past very flat. To better illustrate this, we are going to bring up some of the in-game development tools to show you what this new feature is actually doing. So with displacement maps off, you can see that the rocks on the riverbed are basically flat. However, as we slowly turn on displacement maps, you can see real geometry. The rocks, the nooks, the crags actually grow. This is a significant increase in geometric fidelity that is happening in real time in our new engine. Another great new feature of the engine is called sub-D. This is a technique that takes one's blocky geometry and builds them into perfectly smooth curves. It's been used for a while by Hollywood and film, but the breakthrough for us has been utilizing it real time in engine. So as we look down the sight with sub-D turned off, you can actually see how the edges are jagged because of the normal poly count. So now with sub-D turned on, you can see that the normal poly count has been increased exponentially. And what's amazing about sub-D is that it will continue to subdivide in real time as you get closer to objects. So no matter how close you get, nothing will break down. Now as you look at your player's hand and weapon with all the tech running, you can see how high-resolution textures, sub-D, the lighting, and other techniques allow us to show the most minute of details, like cuts, scrapes, and other natural imperfections. Also notice how the scope is now perfectly round. We've also implemented other features that further increase the natural look of the game. One example of this is how light affects the player's vision. As in the real world, when you look at something dark and then turn to something bright, your eyes will adjust to compensate. Displacement mapping and real-time sub-D, along with other new technologies such as HDR volumetric lighting and real-time ADSR, set a new benchmark for immersion for Call of Duty.
Alright, guys, so there you have it. That is the new trailer that they've released to the community about graphics and how they've improved it. The first thing I want to touch on is the sub-D, which they talk about. It's quite hard to understand what they're, the message they're putting across, but I did a bit of research on the internet and blah blah blah. And basically what it is, it smooths out all of the rough edges, so instead of there being jagged edges and circles and stuff, it's properly round now, because it's a lot more detailed and it's just a lot more round. And they said about the scope, because if you look at past CODs, there's little tiny edges. It's more shaped with loads and loads and loads of sides rather than a circle, but now it's actually a circle, if that makes sense. And then the next thing I'm quite excited for is the lighting thing, which they only briefly touch on, but they said how you go from a dark area to a light area. In real life, your eyes adjust to the light, which they actually do, which obviously, because they're not going to lie, are they? But yeah, they're actually going to implement that into COD, which is very cool, because there's a lot of Call of Duties where you look at the sun and you can't see anything, whereas in real life that wouldn't actually happen. But yeah, they've made things a lot more realistic. I'm not sure if they've actually made any improvements to the game, or if it's just because it's on a new console and that's going to have a lot better graphics than the Xbox 360 or PS3. So yeah, you can have your own verdict on that. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd appreciate a like if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you haven't already, which I doubt you have because I've got 3 subs. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.